Hello, Mac faculty. Um, this is your favorite BAP program faculty member. In this video, I'm just going to give you some basic instructions about how to set up your eCompanions. As an example, I'm going to use the one that Paul and I are working on. And here you can see that we are in the course mode, which is the student view, but as an instructor, you will see more than the students can see. To do anything in the course, you have to be in author mode. So let's begin by looking at some elements that we have in this class at this point. Since this is a resource for faculty and students, what Paul and I decided is that all of the elements under the course home, instead of saying week 1 or unit 1, that we would create unit content based upon the course learning outcomes. So, for example, in this course, the students have to learn some things about the brain and the functions of the brain and the anatomy of the brain and so forth. So I created a content banner called Brain Basics, and if you click on that, what I have embedded there is a PowerPoint on the way in which drugs interact with the brain, and it's got things about the brain anatomy and the areas of the brain that are involved in psychopathology. So at any rate, instead of doing units, we did it by content, and I'll get back to that in a minute. I just wanted to show you around a little bit. But if you click on pharmacodynamics, that will pull up the PowerPoint that has been put under that unit. More extensive PowerPoints with lectures have been put in doc sharing. So let's go over here to doc sharing, and you can see that I've got tons of stuff. I've got a lot of stuff in here, and these are the full feature, if you will, PowerPoints, many of which have audio. So you can see these very large file sizes are the ones that have audio associated with them. These are all hidden to students. So you'll see here that it says instructor only, because we didn't want to make this look like an online class, but we provided these full feature resources for instructors to use. So I think these should probably remain hidden to students. If you do put things in doc sharing that an instructor might want to make visible to students, you simply click on instructor only, and it'll change so that the entire class could see it. Okay, I'm going to turn that back. Alright, let's look at some basic things. Let's go back to the course home. How do we begin by adding a content unit? So I'm just going to put in a faux unit here. You want to go into author mode, and then click on course items, and then you're going to add a unit. So you want to add a whole new unit, and I'm just going to, for the purpose of this demonstration, just call this Mac sample. Okay, then click use in the navigation menu, because then that title will show up when you navigate through the course. And since this is just essentially a holding place, but you can add text if you want, I would leave that at text multimedia. You have other choices: web content upload, which you don't need, or Microsoft Office document, and that would include Microsoft Word, Microsoft PowerPoint, Microsoft Excel. So for this part, I would keep that as text multimedia. Then just click on Add Unit, and now you see over here that we have Mac Sample. Now there's nothing in there. If you click on there, it's just going to be blank. So if you want to type some introductory text, that will show in that, that's fine. If you want to add a picture, all you need to do is, and I would have all this ready so you know where it is before you get going, but you just click on that little picture icon and then browse to where your picture is, and we'll just scroll down here and look for any kind of picture. Let me see. Let's go in here. I get something easy to look at. So I'm just going to put this one in just for the heck of it. And then you have to give it a name, so I'm just going to call it reading. And then click on this insert image. And that'll take a couple of seconds for it to come up because it's actually a large image file. I should have probably used something easier. Okay, I'm going to cancel that and go to an image that's going to upload faster, and then I'll redo this video. Okay, let's go back to desktop. You get to see all the wonderfully interesting things that are on my desktop. Hence the utility of having everything that you want to use in, there we go, so just click on that, give it a name. But that's a good example of why you should have everything in a folder that you want to use. Okay, wow, there we go. There's the neuron. Introductory text, nice looking neuron. Remember to click Save Changes. Click Save Changes there. Okay. Now, how do we add content to that unit? Because at this point this has no content in it. Let's go back to the course home. Ascend, you're still in author mode. Course items. Now you want to click on add items. And you want to add items, in this case, to the max sample. Now note here that if you want to have the item hidden from a student, you can make that choice at this time. But let's say we want to add a PowerPoint. And I'm just going to call that PPT sample. And then I want to select the item type, so that's going to be a Microsoft Office document. Click on Add Item. Okay, now see, now the PPT sample has populated over here. However, there's not anything in there because we now are going to have to upload that file to create that content item. So I just did a very quick one for the purpose of this demonstration. There we go. Go on Max Sample, upload and convert. This one should convert pretty quickly because it's a really, really small file because I just did that. So click on OK. And then you can download a copy of that to your computer. Now let's go over in course mode and see what that looks like, if that's up there yet. Yes, there it is. So there's your PowerPoint. And like I said, I just did a very brief one so that you could see how to do it. So that's the basics of how to get content in here. you can, if you decide at some point that you don't want this to be visible to students, simply click on that, go into author mode, click on Toolbox, and click Hide from Students, and save changes. Now what you'll notice is that PowerPoint sample has an asterisk by it. So anything that has an asterisk by it is invisible to students. So for example, if you wanted to include under each unit a content item called instructor resources, for example, sample exam questions, you could do that there and just hide it to the students. You can also put references, suggested readings in the bibliography, and that will be visible to everyone in the class. Or you can put reference lists in doc sharing. So that's the basics on just sort of how to get started in terms of populating your online class with content. And just one other note, when I created this banner, if you will, for the course home, the way that I did that is I went into PowerPoint and I created a slide in PowerPoint, and these were all individual images, and then I could put the course name in there, and then I saved that as a JPEG file into my course file, and then just using the little inserted image, inserted that JPEG copy of the PowerPoint. So these are just some quick basic steps to get you going, and I hope that you find this useful. And you know where I live, so if you need some more help, you just let me know.